Today, in week 2 of our summer grilling series, we're going to show you pork chops on the grill. We have the marinade recipe. We have a crock pot mac and cheese recipe for you, and some homemade baked beans that were out of this world. So come join us for another summer grilling idea. The pork chops need to marinate, so that's the first thing I did. And I'm going to put in this, well, you can use a bowl, I'm using a measuring cup. We're going to mix together olive oil, coconut aminos, or you can use soy sauce, the honey, the apple cider vinegar. We're going to use minced garlic, paprika, onion powder, sea salt, black pepper. I think that's it. I will have all the ingredients listed in the description box below along with directions. Unfortunately, I did not get Big Daddy cooking these, so as I'm making this up and marinating the pork chops, I'm going to tell you what we do. We put these in the refrigerator if you want to do 2 hours, or you could do overnight. We did about 3 to 4 hours while I was making everything else, and then we take them out, and as we go out and preheat the grill so that they're sitting at room temperature for a little while. Preheat your grill to medium high for at least 10 minutes. Then you're going to place the pork chops on the grill. You grill them for 4 minutes, and then you flip them over and you grill them over another 4 minutes. Check the temperature. You want to take them off the grill when they're 140 degrees because they're going to sit before you serve them, and that temperature will continue to rise 5 to 10 degrees. So after you've done them on both sides for 4 minutes, you can do that one more time, but make sure you check the temperature each time you flip them so that you know when they're getting close to 140. And then they're done. You take them off for 5 minutes, let them rest, and then serve along with everything else. They're really good. They're juicy, they taste good. So I didn't put how many pork chops to use because I just use what I get. I did not use the great big pork chop. I saved that for some beans that I'm gonna make. Let's see, 3, 4, yeah, I had 6, so I think that's as many as you can do with this amount of marinade. If you're going to cook a whole bunch, I would double the marinade. I placed them on this baking sheet and got them as flat as I could, and then as I was cooking the other things, when I go past the refrigerator or go in there to get something, I would flip them over, you know, keep turning them so that they get marinated on both sides. Here's a picture of the done pork chops, and I'll show you our plates at the end of the video. For the slow cooker mac and cheese, the first thing you do is put everything in the slow cooker with the exception of the elbow macaroni. So I put cheese in at first, then the camera didn't start when I added the milk, so I apologize for that. And now I'm going to add the cream cheese and the evaporated milk. So I'm just cutting up the cream cheese to help it dissolve a little faster. Again, all the directions and ingredients will be listed in the description box below for all these recipes. And now we're going to pop the lid on. We'll put this in the slow cooker and put this on for 1 hour on low. After the hour, you just stir the sauce and then you cook it for another 45 minutes on low. Now my slow cooker doesn't do 45 minutes, so I just used a little timer that I have on the refrigerator. After the second 45 minutes, you want to make the macaroni, which is what I'm doing now. Just put the lid back on, let it come to a boil. And then once it's cooked, we're going to drain that and we're going to add that to the slow cooker. We'll give this a good mix, pop it back in the slow cooker, and we'll cook this for another 45 minutes and then it'll be all ready. And I just keep mine on keep warm. Now this is a very cheesy macaroni and cheese. If you don't like it super cheesy, you don't have to use all of the evaporated milk or cream cheese. Just cut it down a little. We loved it. Now we're going to make our homemade baked beans. Unfortunately, I missed a lot of this. I was doing the macaroni and the beans at the same time, so I apologize, but I do have enough to give you a good idea of how I made them. The first thing you do is fry up your bacon, and then you take that out but leave the drippings in the pan. You add the onions and your peppers. You saute those for about 5 minutes. Then you add your canned beans and the rest of the ingredients, which is barbecue sauce, brown sugar, distilled apple cider vinegar, and some dry mustard. Actually, I think I used 2 tablespoons of Dijon. There was an option. Now all the beans are in our casserole dish. We've got the oven preheating to 325 degrees. We're going to crumble up our bacon and put that on top of the beans. We'll cook this in the oven for approximately 2 hours. You want to make sure that your beans are bubbling and the sauce is thickened up. And then get that out, let it stand for just a few minutes, and then you're ready to serve. Here it is coming out of the oven. They were really good beans. And here are our finished plates. Week number 2 complete with another delicious cookout idea. And thank you for joining us today for another summer grilling series. Next week we'll come at you again with some more ideas. Love you guys. I'll see you on Wednesday.